everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Yes, it has been a while. I have not been posting in a while because I haven't been really too motivated to post because of my Graves' disease, and it's been acting up a little lately. So today's makeup look is gonna be a everyday soft glam makeup look. Yes, for all my natural glam, don't like to wear too much makeup. They like to keep it classy but not trashy. This is for you. For those who are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you will know each and every time that I upload a video. And for all of my reoccurrence, welcome back. Starting off with priming my face, I'm going to be going in with the Pore Professional by Benefit. You guys already know which product that is. I so happen to love that product, so I'm literally sticking with that product for my face so far because I'm loving the texture. I'm loving the after finish of this product. And I'm going to be taking that on my forehead as well and working that product in and doing it for my nose as well because I want my nose to be most flawless, because in my T-zone area I tend to sweat more than I would like to, so I want to prevent that today. So our next step, we're going to go ahead and be using our LA Girl Pro concealer. This is going to be in Radish, and I'm going to start color correcting all of my dark spots and my blemishes that I want to hide underneath my makeup. I'm going to take a little of that product and I'm going to place it at the top of the lip. I'm going to be placing it at the side as well as on the side of my chin. I'm going to be taking my BH Cosmetic brush and start blending that product out. So I'm going to go in with my Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to be setting that product into place. So I went on ahead and I did my eyebrows off camera. I went in with the Morphe Chocolate Mousse, went in with the Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer and Chestnut, as well as in Cocoa. So the next step, I'm going to be using my foundation. I'm going in with the Kat Von D, and this is going to be in the shade Deep 74 Warm. And I'm using my Morphe M439 brush, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to take a little of that product and place it on my face and start working that product in. Hold up, I'm gonna tell y'all a story, right? A week ago, I went to the gastroenterology office and I had to get some work done because I was having stomach issues. And while that was happening, I went to the appointment, and the place that I actually went to, it didn't look like a doctor's office. It was just a lot going on with this doctor's office. So I arrived 15 minutes early thinking that, okay, you know, maybe I can get in and out of the doctor's office, you know, faster because I had other things to do. But legally that I know, that was not gonna go the way that I wanted to go. And the lady was telling me that the doctor wasn't in yet, so I had to wait. It was so hot inside this doctor's office. I was sweating so bad. I felt like I was gonna pass out. Not only that, I had on 2 masks trying to protect myself while going out. So she said that she was gonna call somebody to get the AC turned on. She turned it on, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm gonna step outside for a minute because I'm not feeling too well. The heat is really draining me. So she was like, oh, okay, well, just don't go too far. So then she turned around. She was like, okay, well, the nurse and the doctor just stepped in, so they'll be right with you. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. She was like that it's gonna be a copay of $95, which I wasn't even aware that the copay went up for the insurance, which is kind of crazy. It went from $75 to $95. You have to go on the marketplace to actually apply for insurance and things like that. So I was like, okay, well, I never knew that they went up because I actually just redid my insurance, and the lady did not even tell me that the insurance was even gonna go up or deductible that I had to pay. I was so mad. I'm like, okay, you know, at the moment, well, I don't have that money right now because I have to pay my bills first. The lady was like, okay, we'll reschedule you. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You can reschedule. And I was like, you know what, better yet, I'm going to go ahead and tell my doctor to just schedule me an appointment with another physician at another doctor's office. So I guess the lady got upset with me and she's like, oh, okay, well, get your paperwork. It was so hot. I was literally suffocating. I was like, hey, can you please just shred the paper? Because I really need to get air because it's really hot in here. She was like, oh no, well, we don't shred any papers. You have to take the papers yourself. So I'm going out, leaving the doctor's office, and something just told me to turn around. So I go to turn around, and I kid you not, the nurse literally took my paperwork and put my paperwork inside of the mailbox outside of the door. So that way anybody can have access to my paperwork. I was so pissed off. I was so pissed off. I was so mad. And I'm like, okay, well, if your other patients do stuff like this, you get what I'm saying? If it's hot or they're going through the same issue that I'm going through, or they have things to do, or whatever the case might be. So that means you're going to do the same thing to them and take their paperwork and put their paperwork outside and let it sit there for other people to access their paperwork. So I politely literally told the lady, okay, so this is why people are going through identity theft and fraud right now, because you're doing things like this. I went and I started recording the lady. I guess she was like scared about that. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to report y'all to the Better Business Bureau because I don't have time for this. So the lady got so upset. So she took the papers out of the mailbox and went in the inside. My information on here, my social, my date of birth, my address was where I'm presently living at, my insurance card, my ID, like all of this information that was on there. Called the police. The police said that what you want us to do about it. I said, okay, that's fine. You don't even have to do anything. I'll just do what I have to do. So she literally goes in the inside, and while I'm recording, letting people know what was going on, she comes outside and say, oh, Miss Mitchell, can you please quiet down because we have other people in the building and that's very unprofessional. And I'm like, okay, no, well, that's kind of unprofessional what you was doing, because the simple fact is you don't do people like that. I don't care if you're a doctor's office or whoever you are, you don't do things like that. Can you explain to me, why did she call the police? The police came fast for her. I was so pissed off. So I go outside and I'm speaking with them, and they're telling me that, you know, just grab the paperwork, and that they've never seen a doctor's office do anything like that. I'm like, you know what? You and me both. So she comes outside, she brings me the paperwork, and I decide to leave. And on my way leaving, like, I'm calling my fiance, telling him what was going on at the doctor's office. I kid you not. Soon as I left, someone literally called my phone and told me that I messed with the wrong effing doctor's office and that they was going to do something to me. So I politely turned my vehicle around and went back to the doctor's office and called the police. They said that they can't do anything because they don't have any type of proof that the doctor's office actually did it. Long story short, I know that someone in that doctor's office called me. They called me 3 times. I know that they called me threatening me, but it's fine. Karma works, and karma works fast. You can't just do things to people and then feel like, you know, you're going to get a good result at the end of the day. That was the craziest thing that was happening to me all week, and it was really frustrating. But the product that I went in is going to be the Nars. It's going to be in the shade Walnut. I'm going to be taking my beauty blender and start blending that product out. But yeah, I've been going through the most craziest week. And I'm telling you, I don't know what was going on lately, but this is crazy. And not only that, during the pandemic, I don't know. The things that people do nowadays is ridiculous. It really is. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that same concealer that I'm putting down for underneath my eyes, and I'm priming my eyelids with it. So now I'm going to go ahead and with my foundation brush that I use, and I'm just going to soften up those edges of the concealer that I laid down. So now I'm going to take my Revolution banana powder and set that concealer in place underneath my eyes. So now I'm going in with my Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer in the shade Cocoa, and I'm going to apply that to the cheekbones around the forehead, on the other side, the chin area underneath, and start blending that product in. I'm gonna be taking my Morphe brush to blend that product in. Ooh, I didn't even know how dark this was. I'm so right-handed. And take my foundation brush and go back in and blend that product out. So now I'm gonna take my Fenty by Rihanna Espresso, and I'm going to do a little contouring on the nose. So I'm gonna take my Mercier translucent powder and start setting particular spots underneath my jawline. My chin. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do that for my nose as well. Now I'll be using a little blush. I'm going in with my Lancome and Palm Affair. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna be taking a little of that product and applying that to the cheeks. And do that for the other side as well. With my blushes, when I apply them, sometimes it can get a little carried away. So my way of fixing that, I like to take my beauty blender and start blending that product out. So now, beauty blender, and I start patting that product in. Just to fade it just a little bit. I don't want to take away the product. I just want a flawless blend. And I'm gonna do that for the other side as well. So my next step is doing my eyes. I'm going in with the Morphe 9T palette, which is their new palette. This is what the colors looks like. I'm gonna try to keep this simple as possible. I'm going in with light neutral colors so that way that we know that I have on makeup, but I don't want it to look like I have on makeup, and I don't want it to look like I overdid my makeup. I just still want something soft and subtle. The brush I'm going to be going in with is going to be my BH Cosmetic brush, and this is in the number 9, which is this fluffy brush. The color that I'm going to be going in with, we can do Open Minded, which is this shade right here. And start applying that to the lid. I'm tapping that product in because I noticed that Morphe palette is very pigmented. I'm gonna take that up just a little bit and bring it out. So my next step, I'm going back in with that palette, and I'm gonna be using Promise, which is this shade right here. I'm gonna take a little bit of that on my brush, and I'm gonna start going at the bottom of where I placed it. And do that for the other side as well. Okay, and just touch back up this side. I just feel like this side just a little too dark. So since I have this makeup, no makeup kind of look going on, I want to go for a dramatic wing. Don't know why, I just feel like it'll look so cute, especially with a natural makeup look, to do a dramatic wing liner. So I'm going in with my e.l.f., and this is going to be in jet black, and I'm going to start doing my wing liner. I'm going to start off small, and I'm going to start off in the corner of the eye and bring that out. When I mean dramatic, I'm going for a dramatic look. And doing it for the other side as well. Okay, I'm actually gonna bring you guys in a little closer so you can take a look at how I'm doing this. So now I'm going not all the way to the end, but I'm going to like the middle and bring that in. And I'm just filling that in. And I like to bring it here. I don't like to go all the way in this waterline because I notice when I tear up, it makes a big mess. It makes a big mess. And I'm really trying to prevent that from happening. So I'm gonna just stop right here. So I went on ahead and did the other wing liner off camera. My next step is going in with the Benefit, the Real Magnet. This is what it looks like, which is the new product. I'm gonna be using this mascara to apply to the top and the bottom of the lash line before I put on my lashes. I'm gonna dip back into my 9T by Morphe palette, and the same colors that I actually use to apply my eyeshadows, I'm gonna go in with those same colors and start working that product to the lower lash line. And doing that for the other side as well. And I'm gonna go in with my other brush and take that lighter shade and start blending that product out. It's the other side as well. So I did my eyelashes off camera after my mascara. And the lashes that I went in was the Poppy Ivory 5D Darling Lashes. And this is in Cecilia. So now we did our eyelashes. I did the eyeshadow for underneath the eyes and as well as the top. I'm going to go ahead and start doing a little highlighting. I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty, and this is Rave. I'm not going to actually use this shade in my waterline because I feel like it's more like a shimmery glitter, and it's not going to make my eyes pop as much as I would like them to. So that's why we're not going to actually use this for in the waterline. And start applying that to the cheeks. I'm not even sure if this product is actually showing up on camera because it is actually a really, really soft look. Okay, and I'm gonna highlight the top of the forehead. And by the way, this is a liquid highlighter. And now I'm going to take my Artist Couture in Illuminati. I'm going to apply that to my waterline. I'm taking a little of that. My nose, and down my nose. I'm going to take my black pencil by Kiss and apply that to my waterline. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of my setting spray, and I'm going to set all of that product in place. And I'm going to take my beauty sponge and start pressing that product in. So I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. I'm going to be using my Kiss Brown Pencil Liner. And do it for the bottom as well. I'm just gonna fill it in at the top just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Morphe, and this is gonna be in Virgin. I'm gonna use a little bit of this because I want it to stay like a nude natural lip. So I'm just gonna take a little of that. And now I'm going to take my lip gloss by Ulta Beauty and just apply that to the lips. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spray this one more time with my professional spray and let that set in. Okay, y'all, so this is my final natural makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. If you are new to my channel and you are not yet subscribed, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notification bell so that way you will know each and every time that I upload a video. And until next time, holla!